Another milestone? What you got going? What you got going
Set
on,
another
man?
milestone, man. Listen, just working, man, working, staying sharp, man. That's what it's about.
All right. Well, let's go here.
Hmm.
Man, a couple of things I want to talk to you about. You got a lot of things going on, but I guess I want to go here. Yesterday, you flirted with an announcement, right? That you
Hmm.
make an announcement. Do you think the culture thought that you were coming back to battle?
For sure, for sure, for sure. It's like a fake comeback, but
Yeah,
it's not how people would envision it. But yeah, I knew people would think that, but I wouldn't fuck with the fans if it wasn't battle rap related, like doing some form of battle rap. I wouldn't have worded it like that. I would have just, waited for it to drop. But yeah, it is just for clarification, it's an all wrestling bars battle. One round, but it's still like it's a whole different demographic. Like that's WrestleMania weekend on Netflix. Wale Mania. Shout out to Wale. Shout out to his manager, Kasim, for putting it together. So we getting put in a different light. That's what I always be about. Like trying to get that new opportunity or those new eyes for the people that don't know what we do. So it's gonna be crazy.
what is this era about WWE that they're embracing you, Tay Rock, Chess, West Side Gun, Wale, like they're embracing the rappers and guys of your stature. Where do you think that came from though? Because I don't think Vince McMahon era would have tapped it. I don't know. When they tapped in, I don't know.
Nah, they was tapped in, but it wasn't to the forefront. You got to remember, people don't notice for a little second. The Rock's theme song was Method Man. So they was tapping in with Method Man. They was tapping in with Rakishi always came out with the streetwear and all that.
John
Um,
Cena early. John Cena early. Was rapping.
Early John Cena was a rapper. They've been tapped in, but I think this is the because of how big social media is. This is the biggest
Right.
connection of the artists to the wrestlers. And now a bunch of wrestlers are, willingly saying, "Yo, I listen to such and such," or "I watch this battle rapper." So now, it's like it became cool, which is a dope thing because it's so many correlations. Like what's crazy is I was supposed to do at a family emergency. Everything is good now, but I was
Okay.
a part of West Side Gun Show
Oh, he just messed up. We get the West Side Gun part. Oh. Let's see if we get DNA
Yo,
back in.
yo.
No, you good. You good now. You good now, D. You good?
Okay, I'm good now. Yeah, I was supposed to be a part of West.
Broke up a little bit, D. Uh-oh. Ooh. Uh, let's see. Let's get DNA back. Yo,
Yeah, hold on. Let me know. Yo,
yo.
yeah, I'm on a bridge, so hopefully when I get
I
over
know,
this, it's good. But yeah,
I know how it is.
yeah, yeah. Shout out to Smoke Dizzy. Shout out to West Side Gun. They
We'll
had me a
visit too.
part of the event too. I just couldn't make it because of a family emergency. But yeah, man, I just feel like it's so dope that, like you said, like everybody's willing to work together. So that's what's making it crazy right now.
Mm. So is it like one big wrestling community with the hip hop artists? With y'all?
Nah, what's crazy? It's so many different like West Side got what he got going on. Wale got what he got going on.
Mm.
Even people within the WWE got what they got going on. So it's like it all comes together. Like WrestleMania, West Side got a show out there too. So WrestleMania weekend, everybody that is attached to wrestling in some way is going to be
Right.
in Vegas. This shit is like the Super Bowl, so it's going to be wild.
Have you connected with Peter Rosenberg? What's your relationship with Peter Rosenberg? Because he's a wrestling fan also. I
Yo,
don't know. Have you?
it's crazy, but we never connected. Have we spoken time to time, like a couple times? But yeah, and I'll be willing to connect with him too. Yeah, he works. He be doing like the announcing and all that. So, shout out to Peter Rosenberg. Facts.
And break this down for me. Wale Mania. That's big for Wale. Wale Mania. I mean, his name
Yeah, but
attached to
what's
the
crazy is
people.
a lot of people don't know this is his 10th year doing it. He been doing this. So last year was my first time. Shout out to Trick. Trick Williams connected me with
Right.
Wale's manager, Kasim, and they brought me on to Trick had the back and forth with the guy he was facing, and they brought me out to do the diss record to him for Trick. So that's when I did Wale Mania last year, and
Okay.
then Wale's manager was like, "Yo, let's build, let's do something bigger next year. It's in Vegas." I'm like, "Bet," and then he kind of just gave me the ground put to do whatever. He was like, what they'll like better than I would, and I was like, "Yo, I gotta call in, the guys that." do this wrestling thing heavy. So I hit Chess, Saga, and Tay Rock. I'm like, what y'all want to do for WrestleMania? And then we just put it together. Like we was just like, boom, let's do the 2-on-2.
So you call your brothers to get them on there, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I want to make sure I highlight that part because it needs to be highlighted sometimes that brothers call brothers up and pull them up to show we
Yo,
take each other
yo,
so
listen,
well. You know what I mean?
listen, three. I've always been even when it doesn't work out, because all the times that I've helped people in the long haul, it hasn't worked out. But that will never make me stop helping people because it's not about the help; it's about who you help, right? So you don't never want to change yourself as a person. You want to change, you know what I mean, who you are extending that hand to. But me, I always been a firm believer you only great as the people that you can help bring up. Like if I'm doing something and I'm here by myself, I'm never the guy that's gonna be selfish because it's gonna be one that's a character show, and two, you gotta have more than one people flourish in the same lane to really make a difference and an impact. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So yeah, you know what I mean, and I know them guys, if they got any opportunity, you know what I mean, tied in with wrestling, they would bring me a part of it too. So you know what I mean, and I know how much they love it. They three people that love it more than
Yeah.
I do. So you know what I mean, like gotta
Tay
gotta
Rock,
gotta gotta
Tay
do
Rock
that.
is Tay Rock teaches about wrestling all the time on
Yeah,
the
yeah, we
show.
really, and you know my situation. What I love about it, right, is because at one point in time, battle rap coach, I know Tay Rock wasn't one of my favorite people, and neither was Chess. You know what I mean? So what's ill about it though is through the years and just really building, and it took wrestling for us to really get to know each other. Like we actually tight now. So you know what I mean? I consider all three of them, you know what I mean, real people that I fuck with. So I mean, it's just it's gonna be fire though. It's gonna be dope.
So, all right, Fatal Four-Way Rap Battle featuring DNA, Tay Rock, Chess Saga, April 17th, right? Netflix, right?
Yeah, and yo, that what's crazy about it too is that's my birthday. So I get to perform on my birthday. April
Wow.
17th is my birthday. So, you know what I mean? That's a good way to spend my birthday, man. Facts.
So
Yes,
this is the
sir.
right. WrestleMania weekend is a 2-day weekend. I know it's the
Yeah,
17th.
WrestleMania.
Oh, we lost the. Oh, let me get it back up here. Oh, he's in the whip. Um,
Yo.
all right.
Yeah,
The,
yeah. I
the,
said
the,
WrestleMania.
the 19th and
WrestleMania
20th,
is the
right?
yeah, 19th and 20th. Yeah.
Okay. And another, then I look on the gram and you're ghostwriting for Pardi. Let me ask you a question about the ghostwriting part there, because I always thought sometimes when the ghostwriters, the people that's being ghostwritten for, they don't want to come out and say, "Yo, such
Yeah.
is funny for me." They kind of keep that a hush, though. Were you surprised that Pardi was so honest about you ghostwriting?
Nah. I wasn't surprised because one, it's not you know me, like an album or like music, it's TV.
Mhm.
So it's not that he can't write his own shit, it's that he got
Right,
another job. He's an actor. So when you on set for 12 hours out the day, you gotta nail lines, you gotta go to rehearsals, you got coaching, you got table readings. You can't really get in the studio and you know what I mean, put that stuff together, you know what I mean, no matter how talented you are. So he could do it on his own. And two, you gotta think, right? The Raising Kanan 4 soundtrack is 10 songs. I wrote
right.
9 of them last season. I wrote 7 for Party. I wrote 2 other records. So writing 7 songs for him, I'm with this guy at least twice a week. So I already knew his character. He's a stand-up guy. Like we build the relationship just off of, you know what I mean, doing that. And what a lot of people don't know is me. I'm from that era. Like I wasn't going to say nothing, but you know, because it's TV, I had to remember it's different. I started writing last year. That song Famous got, the one they keep
Yeah.
playing 411. I wrote
Mhm.
that. That song that they play over and over on Raising Canaan now that they looking for him. And what's the 411? Yeah, I wrote that. I wrote that last season. So shout out to my guy Big Tank. That was my introduction to writing it. And then you know what I mean? I wound up like I said, I wound up writing 7 records for Party. And literally when I looked at the Raising Canaan soundtrack, I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like it's 10 songs on here and I wrote 9 of them. And that I damn near wrote the whole soundtrack.
This nigga's getting different checks over here, man. This
3.
this
Listen,
nigga
man. Listen, man, it's a great thing, bro. Yo, one thing I will say, bro, like what I try to show, you know what I mean, not being braggadocious, but like, bro, hard work pays off. Like people was calling me crazy. They didn't understand why I was doing them recaps
Mhm.
7 years ago, but now you see like
It
7
paid
years later
off.
where it's at,
It
bro.
paid off. it paid off, bro. It literally
Hmm.
paid off. You were doing that for the love. You weren't even doing that
Yeah, well,
for.
no. I was doing it with the intent to get on the show. Yeah,
Oh,
that was my main goal. I was like, yo,
okay.
cause how I'm looking at it is like, yo, I could go and just. I always look at it like, yo, make yourself of service. I could go and say,
Mm.
hey, I'm DNA. Can I get on the show? And it'd probably be a longer process than me doing something creative. And they'd be like, yo, I like that guy. And that's literally what happened. Like, first 50 supported it. Then the actors and the actresses supported it. And then Big Tank, the music supervisor, supported it. And then Sasha Penn, the showrunner, the person that created Raising Canaan, was behind it. So it was like, it was a win-win. Everybody was advocating. So it was a W.
Well, Pardi was very adamant. He kept it funky though. He's like, "Yo, DNA," and the homegirl was like, "DNA the battle rapper." She
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
"So
What I respect about him, he's like DNA the artist, DNA the legend. So I'm like, yo,
that's
much
dope.
respect to
That's
him. Yeah,
dope.
you know what I mean?
When you
Facts.
put artist, and a legend next to your name, that's
Yeah,
so. You know what I mean? Respect the
yeah,
artist. You
yes,
know what I
sir.
mean? My nigga, how much ghostwriting you doing though? I mean,
Nah,
as you
yo,
get,
you know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy? I've wrote stuff for people before, but on a major scale, yeah, the music thing was the first time. So I'll tell you a crazy story, right? How it happened. When I was on Raising Canaan last season, I didn't write those rhymes that I spit. That's the first time I spit somebody else's stuff because it's TV.
right,
So I
right,
was just
okay,
happy with the opportunity.
right.
So Tank being the real one, he knew like I didn't even say nothing because I was like, there's no complaining. I'm just happy to be on the show. But he knows, I'm a real MC. So a week later, that's when he called me with the famous joint. He like, yo, because he didn't know that famous knew me. So he was like, yo, he's like, yo, I know last time when you did the acting scenes, homie
Mm,
wrote this shit. I want you to write for somebody now. But he didn't tell me who. He's like, the song is about this, boom, boom, boom. So I pen the song down, I write it, and then Famous calls me. So he don't even know that I know Famous. Famous calls me, he like, yo, DNA, why I just got a reference record and the shit sound like you. I'm like, yo, it is me. He like, yo, man, hold on. So he calls him back. He tells him like, yo, I know DNA, that's my guy. And then Tank was like, yo, Famous just called me. He knows you. Yo, come to the studio. Cause I wasn't supposed to even be at the session. So then after that, it all started clicking when, what I mean, basically everybody on set already knew they already knew who
right,
I
right.
was. So it's a win-win.
Let me ask you, being at the fact that they knew who you were, was that more easy process for you because they already knew who you were? Well, it doesn't matter because you're a rapper regardless. You're gonna do
No,
what you
no,
got.
no. No, I mean, yeah, as far as writing it, it was an easy process. But as far as being on set and being comfortable, it was an easy transition for multiple reasons. One, because out of all the spinoffs, that was my favorite show already. And that's the one I wound up
Okay.
working on. And then that's the one where the most people knew me. So
Mm,
Malcolm, who plays Lou, you know what I mean? He watches battle rap. He knew me. Shout out
mm,
to him. He does music too. London, Uncle Marvin, he knew me. Famous knew me. Joey Badass, you know what I mean, knew me.
Joey Badass.
And then Kanan, right? I'm not sure if he really knew who I was, but he was so cool that me being on set, I built a relationship with him. Like that's my guy. Same thing for Rock, Juke, Haley, all of them. So like, they wound up, they all great down to earth people and they incredible actors and actresses. So yeah, it's amazing.
Can you explain to people DNA how much that building relationships, how important that is? Not kissing ass, but building relationships though with people though, and never knowing who could open a door for you and give you
Yeah,
opportunity and things of that nature, man.
yeah, I'm a firm believer of like never burn a bridge, and my whole thing be like, people don't like hearing this word, but emotional intelligence. Like
Mm,
I say that for all the people with URL. Like, yo, I'm not gonna say and say like when we say it, like they don't do everything right, but my whole thing is I just have a certain level of respect. If anybody, including Big Tank, if you done something to change my life, I owe it to you not to publicly bash you. Whether you right
facts.
or wrong, right? If you're not
Word.
publicly bashing me, I owe it to you to have this conversation in private. So for
Mm,
me, that's always everything that I practice and study. It was easy transition going into it because this is already things that I implemented. So like being on set and you seeing them do that, like I'm the guy. I wasn't saying nothing until I was asked. They had to. They thought I was quiet. They're like, damn, this nigga don't say nothing. Not because I'm just observing, bro.
right,
I'm
right,
happy to
right.
be here. I'm not going to be a burden to nobody, and I'm studying. I'm watching. I'm looking like I'm paying attention to the takes. I'm like, shit. I want to do some acting. Let me see how they nailing these lines and what they doing. So I was just, being an observer, man. And I think that's the best thing to do when you get put in that position, bro. Don't just, um, you know what I mean? Like me, I'll never, I'm always grateful for the opportunity, but then I'm
Mhm.
always looking at like, how can I maximize the opportunity to keep it going? Like for instance, right? How I feel like well, I know how I got it. How I was able to write all those records wasn't because I acted in the last season, because a lot of people did. Is
Right.
after I acted, right? I said to myself, I said, okay, I have a role in Raising Canaan now. Boom. It's a speaking role. I'm rapping. I got a little role. Cool. How do I maximize this to continue what I got going on? When the new season of Raising Canaan dropped that I was in, I was like, let me do a recap for every episode. Even though because most people would be like, now that I got on there, I don't gotta do
Yeah.
recaps no
I
more.
got Luke guys. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm like,
Facts.
I'm like, nah, I gotta do it even more now because I gotta build momentum. And that's what made Sasha Penn know who I was. Cause they cast multiple
Mhm.
people, but he didn't directly like, have any attachment to DNA until I did the recap. And he hit Tank and he's like, yo, how the hell he do the recap? The show just came out 5 hours ago. Like, yo, this the guy that was on the season last time. Tank was like, yeah, he's different. And from that moment on, you know what I mean, the connection just built. And then he started fucking with me. And then, you know what I mean? It was and then Tank, he had sent me a song, just making the beat. He was like, write to it. I wrote to the beat in 2 hours, sent it back. And from there, once he seen how fast I wrote, that's when he started, yo, write this, write this, write this, write that. So it is all about maximizing the opportunity, man. And I'm just fortunate and blessed. Like you see, we got two announcements, like the party joint and the
Mhm.
Netflix joint. And I got something else tomorrow too. But I can't say. So if you put this out today, three, because if you wait till tomorrow, it's gonna be something else that comes out tomorrow, bro. That ass. That ass. Word.
This thing is wild.
That serious, bro.
It's wild.
Right.
Yo, you're not coming to battle rap, son. You're not coming back, man. Coming back. I'm convinced
Yo,
even more. You see different checks. You rubbing shoulders with different people. You're not coming to the toxic bullshit. You're not coming back,
yo, what's so crazy though? I like I just realized like and I know it's gonna turn around. That's why I'm patient because everything happens when it's supposed to, but I still want to battle just because that's what I like to do.
I haven't heard you say it in a long time, my nigga. You want to battle? You haven't talked in a while. You want to battle?
Yeah, but I tweeted that out. I said I went on Uncle Roger. I said I want to do one.
Gotta be Lux, right?
It got to
Gotta
count.
be Lux at this point.
Lux, I am Mook, somebody.
Lux or Mook. I want Lux or Mook. Yeah,
Yeah, somebody a good stature, man. But yo, shout out to them too, man. That shit that they did with Nigel Sylvester was crazy, bro. That was fire. That was
that's
fire.
fire. That's.
That
I'm
was
pretty
fire.
sure you appreciate that because that's kind of up your alley a little bit, though. What they did, though. You've
Yeah,
done.
yeah. When I seen
Yeah.
it out, I said it's a DNA move, but it was fire. Nah. Yo, listen, man. I wouldn't see this the thing with me that I think people always get twisted. Real talk. It's like
Right.
over the years of watching those guys, I took certain things from their
Mm,
blueprint because they are the founding fathers of battle rap. So it goes hand in hand. You know what I mean? So
mm.
when I seen it, I was like, yo, that's dope because you never seen them in that light.
Yes.
And then it opened. And then this is what I mean about when people are downplay that. That opened a new avenue because off of that, now I want to see Murder Mook and Loaded Lux 2-on-2. That shit was
Facts.
spooky.
See?
Them
Facts.
lines that them niggas was putting together and all that, and the chemistry and how they was bouncing off of each other. That shit opened up. That shit opened up
Yes.
a new passageway, bro. That shit was crazy.
Dina, you know this. For years, it was always we want to see Mook and Rex on 2-on-2. Oh, I want to see Mook and Lux. Hold on, my nigga. Rex,
Mook
I
and the
love you, my
loader,
nigga.
man.
Rex, I love you, brother. I love you, Rex, but I don't know, son.
Yeah,
So, what are we talking? Year what now? Year three? You ever battled now? We're going on year 3 years
nah,
now,
we
right?
going on year two. Year two,
Year two.
August. We get to
Yeah.
August, 2 years. 2 years. Yo,
Before
this is crazy. 2 years without battle rap is wild, bro.
it feels. Does it feel longer than that or no?
It feels good, but it's just like it's so crazy because I would meet DNA. I'm like, you think of battle rap, you think of me. Like it's just so crazy that I'll be like, damn, I haven't battled in that long. Like I would have never thought, it would be that long without doing it. But yeah, man, the reason why it feels good is because I feel like I'm still carrying battle rap on my shoulder in a different way though. So it's like,
Okay.
yeah, I'm not doing that. But what you think happens when I go on Power or I go on a podcast and talk about it? They know me, yo. That's the battle rap. So it's like I'm still wearing battle rap. You know what I mean? On me, it's just I'm using it for a different life, which I feel like at this point in my career is more effective than like what impact the impact I'm making now is bigger than what I would be doing just doing another battle.
Wow.
See what I'm saying? Like the
Mm,
doors that I'm opening and the opportunities that I'm creating and the other audience of people that I'm getting to know who I am
right.
that's shedding light. That can't happen if I'm just battling, you know what I mean, such and such here because it has a ceiling. Like as much as we don't want to admit that it has a ceiling, like it's just not gonna reach. It didn't have a ceiling when it was on YouTube because anybody could watch it.
This nigga about to be on Netflix.
You
WrestleMania.
see what I'm saying? Netflix, like the wrestling shit, the people on Power is like that's a whole nother. And even when I be doing my streaming on TikTok, it's a whole audience of people that they didn't even know that battle rap existed. So
Wow, 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 wow. Not to leave on a somber note though, man, but Bishop Brigante, man. What was your relationship with Bishop Brigante, man? R.I.P. Bishop Brigante.
man,
That
yo,
was my guy,
listen,
man.
man, rest in peace to Bishop Igante. Um, shit, you threw me for yo. It's not that I forgot, but you know we being so
Yeah.
positive. Damn, man, yo, what's so crazy about that situation, man? God rest his soul. Is that you know what I mean? If you really look at it, man, it makes it even sadder because he was misdiagnosed.
Mm.
So you know what I mean? It's one thing, right? You know, it's sad either way when somebody passes, but it's sadder when you try to do the right thing with your health and then you get failed. Like, you know, it's just
Yeah.
a lot of men
Uh-oh. I'm gonna get into a tone or something. Let's see. Hold on. Ooh. Let's give the a second here. Just want to get his last take on Bishop Brigante here. Let's see something here. Let's see something. He's finished. Hold on. Oh, yeah, yeah, you good, you good.
Yeah, so I was saying, like, you know, most men don't go to the doctor. So to hear that he was going to the doctor and they misdiagnosed it, that time period right there could have saved his life, man. So
Right.
that's what makes it even sadder, man. But as far as me and him, man, listen, he's a pivotal part in the seeing me on King of the Dot.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like me and him had a good relationship. We used to joke, troll each other. When I was gambling, when I was in Canada, I was going to the casino with him. I stayed at his crib. I met his
Right.
son. Shout out to Lido. So you know what I mean? I knew him. Like, you know what I mean? Like we used to kick it. Real guy, real cool guy, you know what I mean? Always lending a hand, telling you, yo, even outside of King of the Dot, he used to just text me, yo, don't take that battle. Or yo, I think you should do this. Or yo, you nailed it in this battle. That's what's up. And then anytime he had an opportunity, he would plug me in. Like, they had an anti-bully event. Me and Thesaurus did it
Mm.
out there. That was him, you know what I mean? Him and Organic
Wow.
orchestrating that, put him a part of it. And a lot of people don't know, right? I could say this, you know what I mean? And everybody should say it because you got to know where it comes from. In my personal opinion, somebody may tell you different. I think Drake was in the battle rap culture because of Bishop Brigante.
Word?
Yeah, you remember they had the dice game where he beat Drake for the watch.
Yes,
That's how
facts,
far the
facts.
relationship goes.
Yes, man, yeah.
Come on.
Ah,
So
man, you know, he went there with it. Damn.
yeah, so for those that don't know, you know what I mean? Like he listen, man, as you get older, you know one day everybody's gonna go, but the great part about it, the good in it is that he made a mark that's everlasting and he made an imprint and a legacy that, you know what I mean, with all the right people that know him and know his legacy. You know, it'll never be forgotten, man. So God bless him, God bless his family,
Absolutely.
prayers up to them. My condolences, man. I'm gonna actually find a way to reach out to his son because I knew his son, you know, when he was younger. I didn't
Mm,
have a close relationship, but you know,
mm,
I'm on that side of the fence. I done lost my mom and my father, so I know how that
right,
shit feels.
right.
I mean, I'm gonna make sure I holler at him. But yeah, man, great guy, man, and I'm just sad that it ended the way it ended, man, because I know he had a lot more things that he was ready to, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
that he was ready to do.
Mm, word.
Facts.
Are you still watching battle rap? Do you watch battles like that? Have
Yeah,
you?
I be watching him sometimes. What was the last joint that went on? The
Uh,
bet.
do you watch Easy and Shaka? Do you watch that battle?
Yeah, hell yeah, I watched Easy and Shotgun. I watched who battled that T Top joint?
Oh, the no cut joint, Snake
Yeah,
Eyes.
I watched most of that. I watched most of
All
that. I
right.
didn't get to see Rex and Twerk. I seen Ness and Tay Rock. I seen Clips and Casey. Yeah,
Your man, man, your man. That nigga's laugh is crazy. Yo.
yeah, man.
That's some bullshit, man. Your man Charlie, man. We'll leave that alone. We'll leave that alone. We'll go there. We'll go
He's
there.
one of one, man. But
One on
yeah, I seen that. I seen a couple joints on that. Yeah, I be watching it. I be watching it sometime. But yeah, Easy and Suge. Yeah, I had to see that one. That's a big battle.
Yeah, I know. You think Hitman Squad is this weekend, and then
Yeah,
I think after
Hitman,
that,
big card this weekend, big card next weekend.
yeah, and the Chiller card is crazy. That
Chiller
Houston
card
card.
is crazy. Chill
That's the
out,
kind of
chill out.
card
Have
you'd have been
audition
on.
stuff.
That's the kind of card you'd have been on.
Yeah, the joint, the chiller joint.
Absolutely.
Yo, I wanna hustle and Hitman, Vixen and Twerk and A Ward, Jazz and Hollow. I need to see all of those. That's gonna be crazy.
And Twerk got a real deal after that. Also, his schedule is crazy.
Yeah, Twerk been on it though. He been doing good, and he went off in that Funk Flex freestyle. That shit was
Yeah,
crazy.
he got off. He got off. I got
Yeah,
Twerk
yeah,
2
he went
on.
crazy. He
I
got
got
crazy.
Twerk 2 on against Kid Slade. I got him beating T-Rex. So his
Yeah,
trajectory.
and what's the other battle that I forgot to mention? Damn, one of the other. Oh, Daylight and Rum. Yeah, I need to see that. I need to
We
see
like
that.
that battle.
I got Rum. I got
Yeah,
Rum 2-1. You know what I mean? I just feel like it's hard. It's hard for somebody that hasn't been in there with somebody that's dangerous that has been in there. You know what I mean? It's tough, but daylight is daylight, so I'm not counting them out all the way. But there's only there's only one rum nitty, man.
you like Twerk and A-Ward? I love that battle, DNA. I
Yeah,
love that
yeah, I
battle.
love that. I love that battle because a lot of times I think Twerk he just outmatches people even before you get in the battle. But there's somebody that he's
Yeah,
different. You can't approach him the same way, and he could. And I'm gonna tell you like this: there's not too many people Twerk battle where they could do something he can't do. A-War could do a couple things Twerk can't do.
right.
So that's why it's gonna be that's the toughest one he got. No disrespect to everybody, but in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion, on paper, that's the toughest battle Twerk got.
All right, all right. Well, my nigga, man, we gonna pay attention to what you got going. Do you think you're gonna battle this year? Do you think you battle this year? Do you think?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I scouted the waters real quick, but you know what I mean. I wasn't liking what got back to me number wise, not opponent wise. So
Okay,
yeah, we got some figuring out to do.
okay, all right. DNA, peace and love, my nigga. I
All right,
appreciate
but
you as always, brother.
yes, sir.
My
Of
guy,
course,
man. Shout
three.
out,
You already know.
always,
One.
man. Tell him my guy DNA, man. Know the vibes already. You heard?